Welcome to day 5. If you're just catching this video, make sure that you go back and watch days 1 to 4. We're going to be looking at the STAR method, and particularly under within the civil service applications, one area that they ask you to demonstrate your evidence is working together. And that is, of course, under the behaviour criteria. So if you're looking at applying for entry-level business analyst, data protection, project management roles, you need to listen here. One thing that, again, I mentioned in my previous video is using the STAR approach, because civil service uses success profiles and wants evidence of your behavior, not your certifications and not, several things that you've done. So the STAR is how you give it to them. S, again, remember, is situation, T, task, action for A, and R for result. But in this case, I want to advise that you focus more on action and result. Put a one line for situation and task. For entry-level roles, for example, maybe you have volunteered or you have university projects that you want to draw from. Let's use an example under behavior, working together, which is one that you normally see on civil service jobs. You could say that. Now, maybe you say, of course, put your one line, what was that situation and what was your task? You could say, in my final year group projects or any other project that you're drawing your evidence from, we had a team member who missed deadlines and communication was breaking down, which of course was threatening our final grade or impacting your project if you're using that as your example. What was the action? You come in here and say, I took the initiative to organize an emergency one-to-one meeting with that struggling team member, or in your case, maybe a colleague, and you use active listening to identify the real root cause because they were overwhelmed. And then you could say, I renegotiated and divided their specific workload into smaller, manageable tasks with shorter, clear check-ins, and checking deadlines. Let's put it that way. What was the result? Now you want to show the impact. You could say then, this small intervention stabilized our team dynamics and we engaged the member. And we are able to meet our final project deadline, scoring a first-class mark. And more importantly, you could also mention that you learned how to manage conflict and to delegate effectively in a high-pressure environment. And that's how you nail working together. Now let's speed things up, and I'll see you in part 2 of day 5.